students, this video is designed to show you how to use the Mountie Academic Plan, or MAP, worksheets. For this example, we are going to use a student profile with the goal of an Associate of Arts for Transfer degree and a major of Psychology. One thing you'll want to make sure of when you're looking at the worksheet is that the major and program goal are correct. The major and program goal you see listed at the top of the screen will correlate with the checklist below. If the major or program is not correct in your profile, you can always change the major yourself under the Student tab of the portal, or have a counselor or advisor help you change your major. At the top of the worksheet, you'll see a whole bunch of useful information, including your name, student ID number, the major and program goal, and GPA information. Next, you can see that we are on the Academic tab, which means the information you will see is related to the current academic goal. If you would like to see how close you are to other certificates or associate degrees, you can use the What If tab. But for now, we are going to continue looking at the current goal, which is an AAT in Psychology. You will see that this checklist is including the in-progress classes that the student is currently enrolled in. This next area gives you a summary of the requirements for this program goal and major. You can see this degree requires 60 units, and currently 36 are being applied. You can also see the GPA. Now for an AAT, you need one transfer general education pattern, and you need to meet the major requirements. We have listed 4 different possible transfer general education patterns. You do not need to do all of them. You just need to do one that you are qualified for. This first pattern is the prior to fall 2021 CSU GE pattern. Students who enrolled at Mount SAC or another community college or Cal State University before fall of 2021 and have maintained continuous enrollment are eligible to use this CSU GE pattern. Please check with a counselor, advisor, or transfer specialist at Mount SAC if you are unsure if you fall in this category. Now, if we go back up to the top, we can click here and look at the course history. And we can see this student started in fall 2021. Because this student did not start before fall 2021, this student is not eligible to use the CSU certification pattern prior to fall 2021. So we're not going to use this pattern for this student. The next GE pattern is the new CSU GE pattern that includes the new requirement, Area F, Ethnic Studies. A student who started college during fall of 2021 or any time after and would like to transfer to a Cal State can follow this pattern. The next option is the IGETC pattern. The IGETC pattern is accepted by both Cal State universities, also known as CSUs, as well as UC universities. This GE pattern here, this third one, this shows you how to use the IGETC pattern for transfer to a Cal State. It includes the communications requirement that UCs do not require. This fourth one is the IGETC pattern for how it's used by the UCs. So it doesn't include that communication requirement, but it does include the language other than English requirement. Students who are only planning to apply to UCs can use this GE pattern. And like I said, you don't need all 4 GE patterns. You only need to complete one of them to meet the general ed requirements for your associate degree for transfer. If you're still unsure of which pattern you should use, please meet with a counselor or advisor at Mount SAC. This student is planning on applying to only Cal States, so they are going to be using this GE pattern, the CSU GE pattern effective fall 2021. In addition to the general ed pattern, students will also need to complete a set of major requirements in order to earn the AAT. So let's scroll down, and we're going to go past the CSUGE prior to fall 2021 because the student is not eligible for that one. And we're going to look here at the new CSUGE pattern that's effective fall of 2021. Now I want to explain what these little annotations mean. If you see a green circle with a check mark, it means that requirement is complete. If you see a blue circle that's halfway filled in, that means the requirement is in progress and it will be complete by the end of the semester as long as the student passes the classes. Whenever you see a red circle, that means the requirement has not been met yet. The CSUGE pattern is organized by the areas. So you can see each area has one of those annotations, and then the sub-requirements under that area each has their own annotations as well. So for Area A, this whole section will be complete at the end of the semester, so it's in progress. The A1 requirement and A2 requirement have already been finished, and A3 is in progress during this semester. Next, we have the Area B requirement. This one is not complete yet. The student still needs a physical science course. They already have a life science course in progress this semester. However, they still need a lab science. So what I would recommend for the student is that they choose a physical science course that also has a lab that goes with it. And then that way they would meet this requirement and this requirement. This is a list of the lab options. You would only need to do one of them. And then the last requirement within Area B is the math requirement, and this student has completed the math requirement. Next up, we have Area C, Arts and Humanities. Students are going to need one class in C1, Arts, one class in C2, Humanities, and then a third class in Arts or Humanities. So you can see the student has these two finished and still needs one more class, and they can pick anything from in here. The next area is Area D, 6 units. This whole area is complete. You can see the student already selected 2 classes and completed them. Next, we have Area E. This one is in progress. This area only requires one course, and that course is in progress. And then the final area is Area F, Ethnic Studies. This only requires one course, and it is still needed. Now we're going to scroll past these GE patterns because this student is not going to use the IGETC. They only need one GE pattern, and they're using the new CSU GE pattern for students who started fall 2021 or later. In this area, we can see what the major requirements are for this degree. We can also see that this student is in progress with their core requirements. They have 2 classes that are done and 1 class that's in progress. For List A of this major, they have a class in progress. List B, they still need a class, and List C, they have one in progress. So after this semester, the student will only need one more class in their major to complete the major requirements. Something to note is that if you have classes from another college, please be aware that the MAP worksheets don't automatically show them. You need to request an evaluation of your transcripts. It is also possible that even after you have your transcripts evaluated, you could have a course that meets a requirement from another college, and it may not show up in the MAP worksheet. So it's very important to meet with a counselor or advisor to see how your courses from other colleges can be used. Now, if you have met with a counselor or an advisor and created an education plan together, you can find the ed plan by clicking on the Plans tab. This is where you can find a list of all the education plans that have ever been made for you. If you have more than one plan listed here, you will want to check the date modified and pick the most recent one. This is this student's most recent ed plan. We can click here to view it. All right, let's take a look at this ed plan. We can see that this is a comprehensive ed plan. That means that it includes all the classes this student needs to complete their goal. Here we can see all the classes that are on this student's ed plan. You can scroll if there's multiple semesters. And we can tell that this student, if they complete all the classes on this plan, they are going to finish their AAT in psychology in spring 2023. If you still need a plan, please make an appointment with a counselor or advisor right away so we can help you create one. Having a plan will make it much easier for you to see what classes you should take and how long it's going to take you to complete your goal. I hope you found this helpful. If you would like to see more examples, check out our other videos which have really helpful explanations on how to use the MAP, Mountie Academic Plan tool. Bye for now.